The Martian dawn painted the observation dome in hues of amber and rose. Captain Maya Rodriguez stood with her hands clasped behind her back, watching as the thin atmosphere scattered sunlight across the rusty horizon. Hope's Beacon, humanity's most advanced outpost in the solar system, had been her home for the past 3 years. The scientific and military installation orbited Deimos, the smaller of Mars' 2 moons, positioned as both a research hub and the furthest permanent human settlement from Earth. "Status report. Nova," Maya said, her breath fogging slightly in the cooler temperature of the dome. The AI's voice materialized around her, smooth and measured. "All systems nominal. Captain. Morning diagnostic complete. Shield integrity at 97%. Life support optimal. Science teams report successful cultivation in Hydroponics Bay 3. Maya nodded absently, her attention drawn to a flicker of movement. A transport shuttle, making its way from the Martian surface colony up to the station. The tenuous alliance between the Martian colonists and Earth's United Space Command had improved over the past year, largely due to the diplomatic efforts of her team. "And our guests?" she asked. "The Martian delegation is scheduled to arrive at 0900 hours. Their communique indicates they wish to discuss the recent signal anomalies detected near Jupiter's orbit." Maya's jaw tightened. The anomalies. For weeks, Lieutenant Arjun Patel's long-range sensors had been picking up unusual energy signatures. Too organized to be natural phenomena, too persistent to ignore. Earth Command had classified the information, but rumors had spread regardless. Some believed they had finally found evidence of intelligent, extraterrestrial life. Others feared something more sinister. "Captain Rodriguez," a voice called from behind her. Maya turned to see Dr. Elias Foster striding across the dome, tablet in hand, his lean face pinched with concern. As the outpost's lead xenobiologist, Foster had been analyzing the data from the anomalies obsessively. "Dr. Foster," she acknowledged, "you're up early." "I didn't sleep," he admitted, pushing his wire-rimmed glasses up his nose. "I've been reviewing the latest telemetry from the probes near Europa. The energy signatures have changed." Maya's interest sharpened. "Changed how?" Foster's fingers danced across his tablet, projecting a holographic display between them. Complex waveforms and spectrographic analyses bloomed in the air. "They're moving and multiplying. Whatever these anomalies are, they're no longer just observing. They're converging, and they're heading in our direction." Before Maya could respond, Lieutenant Patel's voice crackled over the comm system, tense and urgent. "Captain to the command center. Immediately." Maya exchanged a glance with Foster before heading for the exit. "Nova, alert senior staff. Level 2 readiness." "Acknowledged, Captain." Maya and Foster hurried through the station's curved corridors, passing crew members who moved with the efficient purpose of a well-trained team. Hope's Beacon housed 300 personnel, scientists, engineers, and a small defense contingent under Maya's command. They were brilliant minds, the best Earth had to offer, but they were not soldiers. Not really. And they were a very, very long way from home. The command center hummed with activity as they entered. Lieutenant Patel stood hunched over the main sensor array, his dark features illuminated by the red warning lights flashing across his console. "Report," Maya ordered, taking her position at the central command station. Patel looked up, his expression grave. "Multiple objects emerging from Jupiter's orbit. Captain, massive energy signatures. They're moving fast, faster than anything in our inventory." "Show me." The main view screen flared to life, displaying a tactical overview of the solar system. Jupiter's position was marked with a pulsing blue icon, while a swarm of red markers streamed away from it, a digital armada heading directly toward Mars. "How many?" Maya asked, her voice steady despite the cold knot forming in her stomach. "At least 50 large vessels," Patel replied, "and hundreds of smaller objects. Impossible to get an accurate count at this distance, Are they responding to hails? We've been broadcasting on all frequencies, no response. Maya studied the tactical display, measuring distances and trajectories. Time to intercept? At current velocity, 4 hours, 17 minutes. The command center fell silent as the implications sank in. Hope's beacon was equipped with defensive capabilities, shield generators, point defense weapons, even a few short-range fighters, but nothing that could repel a force of this magnitude. Options? Maya asked, looking around at her senior staff who had assembled during the exchange. Dr. Foster spoke first. We evacuate. Get as many people to the escape shuttles as possible. Make for Earth or the lunar colonies. Lieutenant Patel shook his head. 4 hours isn't enough time to evacuate everyone, and those vessels are moving fast enough to overtake our shuttles before they could reach safety. We could try to hide, suggested Commander Reyes, head of engineering. Power down non-essential systems. Use Deimos as cover. And if they're tracking our energy signature, Patel countered, we'd be sitting ducks. Maya considered, then made her decision. Nova, initiate emergency protocol Alpha 7. All non-essential personnel to emergency stations. Power up shield generators to maximum capacity. Lieutenant Patel, prepare defensive systems. Aye, Captain. Commander Reyes, I want all critical systems hardened against electromagnetic interference. If these are first contact protocols, I want to be ready. If they're hostile, I want us to survive the first salvo. Understood, Captain. Dr. Foster, you're our xenobiology expert. Start working on possible communication strategies. If these are aliens, we need to be ready to talk, or at least understand what they want. Foster nodded, though his expression remained doubtful. Captain, Nova's voice interjected. I've detected an anomaly in the duty roster. Engineer Samuel Reyes was scheduled for external maintenance on the southern shield array. He has not reported in. Maya felt her blood run cold. Samuel Reyes, any relation to you, Commander? Commander Reyes paled slightly. My brother. He goes by Sam. He's a civilian contractor, specializes in experimental shield technology. Is he still outside the station? Nova responded. His EVA suit transponder indicates he is currently located on the exterior hull, southern quadrant, section 23A. Get him inside, Maya ordered. Now. I've been attempting to contact him, Nova replied. His communication system appears to be malfunctioning. He is not responding to standard channels. Commander Reyes stepped forward. Permission to retrieve him personally, Captain. Maya shook her head. Denied. I need you here preparing our defenses. Lieutenant Zhang, take a security team and bring him in. Yes, Captain. As Zhang left, Maya turned back to the tactical display. The red swarm had grown closer in just the few minutes of conversation. Nova, open a channel to Earth Command. Priority Alpha. Channel open, Captain. Maya took a deep breath. Earth Command. This is Captain Maya Rodriguez of Hope's Beacon. We have detected multiple unidentified vessels approaching from Jupiter's orbit. Numbers exceed 50 capital ships with fighter escort. Request immediate assistance and instructions. Transmitting sensor data now. The delay between Mars and Earth meant it would be several minutes before they received a response. Minutes they might not have. Everyone to your stations, Maya said. This is not a drill. Whatever's coming, we face it together. As her crew dispersed to their duties, Maya stared at the advancing red tide on the display and whispered to herself. What are you? 3 hours and 42 minutes until first contact. Lieutenant Zhang's security team returned 30 minutes later without Sam Reyes. He wasn't at the coordinates. Captain, Zhang reported. We found his toolkit and some equipment, but no sign of him. His EVA suit transponder is still active, but it's moving around the exterior hull. We couldn't get a fix on him. Commander Reyes looked stricken. That doesn't make sense. Sam wouldn't abandon his post. Could his suit be malfunctioning? Maya asked. Could he be in trouble? Possibly, Zhang admitted. But we searched thoroughly. If he were incapacitated, we would have found him. Maya made a quick decision. Keep a team on standby to retrieve him if we locate him. In the meantime, we have bigger concerns. The alien fleet had continued its advance, now clearly visible through the station's long-range optical sensors. The vessels were unlike anything human engineers had designed, asymmetrical, with organic-looking curves and protrusions that seemed to shift and pulse with energy. The largest was roughly the size of an old Earth aircraft carrier, while the smallest matched their own shuttlecraft. All shared the same iridescent black surface that seemed to drink in light rather than reflect it. 3 hours until they reach our position, Patel updated. Still no response to communications. Maya nodded grimly. And Earth Command? Message received. They're scrambling a response fleet, but the nearest substantial forces are at the Lunar Defense Station. Even at maximum burn, they couldn't reach us for days. Just as Maya feared, they were on their own. Their message included new orders, Patel continued, looking uncomfortable. Let's hear it. Patel hesitated, then played the transmission. Captain Rodriguez, this is Admiral Chen at Earth Command. Your situation has been assessed as critical and potentially catastrophic. You are hereby ordered to initiate the Scorched Earth Protocol, destroy all research data, scuttle Hope's beacon, and evacuate key personnel via emergency shuttle to rendezvous coordinates. We cannot allow potentially hostile extraterrestrial forces to capture our advanced technology or personnel. This order supersedes all others. Chen out. The command center fell silent. The Scorched Earth Protocol wasn't just an evacuation. It meant destroying years of scientific research, abandoning the outpost that had been their home, and leaving many of their people behind to an uncertain fate. They're writing us off, Dr. Foster said quietly. Maya's expression hardened. Lieutenant Patel, acknowledge receipt of orders. Captain? Acknowledge only. Don't confirm execution. Patel nodded in understanding and sent the brief message. Maya addressed her senior staff. I have no intention of abandoning this station or our people without exhausting every other option first. We have 3 hours to find a solution. Let's use them. 2 hours and 27 minutes until first contact. The alien Armada had maintained its course, now close enough that even the station's civilian telescopes could make out details of the approaching vessels. Hope's beacon hummed with tension as the crew prepared for whatever was to come. Shield generators were at maximum capacity, weapon systems primed, and evacuation shuttles prepared, just in case. Maya was reviewing defensive strategies with Lieutenant Patel when Nova interrupted. Captain, I've located Engineer Reyes. Maya and Commander Reyes both looked up sharply. Where is he? The commander demanded. His EVA suit transponder indicates he is on the exterior hull of the science module, near the experimental weapons lab. The weapons lab? Maya frowned. What would he be doing there? Commander Reyes looked troubled. Sam was working on some private research projects. He never discussed the details with me, but he had clearance for that section. Can we establish communication? Negative, Nova replied. However, external cameras show movement in that area. Show me, Maya ordered. The main screen switched to an exterior view. At first, Maya saw nothing but the metallic surface of the station against the blackness of space and the rusty curve of Mars below. Then a movement caught her eye, a human figure in an EVA suit, working at an access panel with quick, deliberate movements. What is he doing? Maya murmured. Commander Reyes stepped closer to the screen. That's not standard equipment he's handling. The figure, Sam, appeared to be assembling or modifying some kind of device. Parts of it gleamed with an odd, blue-white light that shouldn't have been possible in the vacuum of space. Nova, any idea what that device is? Maya asked. Unknown, Captain. It does not match any equipment in station inventory. Could it be dangerous? A threat to the station? Insufficient data for assessment. Maya made a quick decision. Lieutenant Zhang, take your team out there again. I want to know what he's doing, and I want him inside this station, now.
Yes, Captain.
As Zhang's team prepared for EVA, Maya turned back to the tactical display. The alien fleet had begun to spread out, forming a half-sphere that would effectively surround the station's Mars-facing side. They're deploying for an attack formation, Patel observed grimly.
How much time?
At current velocity, 1 hour, 53 minutes until weapons range. Maya nodded. Continue broadcast on all frequencies. If they can understand us, I want them to know we're open to peaceful contact. Captain, Nova interrupted again. Earth Command is transmitting again. Priority channel. Maya steeled herself.
Put it through.
Admiral Chen's voice filled the command center, tense with urgency. Captain Rodriguez, your acknowledgement without confirmation of execution is noted. I am hereby reiterating direct orders. You will implement Scorched Earth immediately. Intelligence analysis suggests the approaching fleet matches partial signatures detected before the destruction of Europa Research Base last year. Maya and her senior staff exchanged shocked glances. The Europa incident had been classified as an accident, a catastrophic reactor failure. Chen continued, We believe this is the same hostile force. You have no defense against them. I repeat, scuttle the station and evacuate key personnel immediately. That is a direct order. The transmission ended, leaving a heavy silence in its wake. They knew, Dr. Foster said softly. They knew there was something out there, and they sent us anyway. To be bait, or an early warning system? Patel wondered aloud. Maya's expression was thunderous. Neither. We're scientists and explorers, not sacrificial pawns. She straightened her shoulders. Nova, prepare a response to Earth Command. Channel open, Captain.
Admiral Chen, this is Captain Rodriguez. I acknowledge your concerns regarding the Europa incident. However, Hope's Beacon houses 300 civilian and military personnel who deserve every chance at survival. We will prepare for evacuation, but will exhaust all defensive and diplomatic options first.
Rodriguez out. She turned to her senior staff.
That buys us some time before they start questioning my decisions. Now, let's focus on surviving this encounter.
Captain, Nova interjected. Lieutenant Zhang reports they cannot reach Engineer Reyes. He appears to be deliberately avoiding them. Commander Reyes stepped forward. Let me try to contact him. He might respond to me.
Maya nodded.
Make it quick. As Commander Reyes moved to a communication station, Dr. Foster approached Maya. Captain, I've been analyzing the configuration of the alien fleet. There's a pattern to their movement that suggests a hive mind, or at least a centralized command structure. The largest vessel, what we're calling the mothership, appears to be coordinating the others.
You think it's their command center? It's a reasonable hypothesis. If we could somehow disrupt communications between the mothership and the rest of the fleet,
we might buy ourselves some time, Maya finished. Lieutenant Patel, could we target our jamming system specifically at the mothership? Patel considered. Possibly, but we'd need to know more about their communication methods. We'd be guessing at best. It's better than nothing. Start working on it.
Captain, Commander Reyes called out suddenly. I've got Sam on a private channel.
Maya hurried over.
Put it on speaker.
Sam Reyes's voice came through, breathless and distorted by static. Can't come in now. Marcos, I'm in the middle of something critical.
Sam, what are you doing out there?
Commander Reyes demanded. There's an alien fleet approaching. We need you inside the station.
I know about the fleet, Sam replied. That's exactly why I'm out here. Listen, I've been working on something, a prototype. It wasn't ready yet, but now we don't have a choice.
What prototype? Maya cut in. There was a pause. Captain Rodriguez? Good. You should hear this too. It's a graviton pulse emitter. Theoretical technology based on some of the anomalous readings we've been getting from Jupiter over the past year.
You've been studying the aliens?
Maya asked, surprised. Not exactly studying them, but their propulsion system gives off a unique gravitational signature. I've been trying to develop a countermeasure, a way to disrupt it if necessary.
Maya exchanged glances with Dr. Foster and Lieutenant Patel. And you think it will work? Honestly, I have no idea, but it's better than sitting around waiting to be blown apart.
Sam, Commander Reyes said, his voice tight with concern. Whatever you're planning, it's too dangerous. Come back inside. We'll figure something out together. No time, brother. I've got the prototype assembled, but I need to position it on the primary sensor array to maximize its range. If I come in now, we lose our window of opportunity. Maya made a quick decision. Engineer Reyes, this is a direct order from your commanding officer. Tell us exactly what you're planning. Sam's laugh crackled through the comm. With all due respect, Captain, I'm a civilian contractor. You're not technically my commanding officer, but since I like this station and everyone on it, I'll fill you in. The graviton pulse emitter creates a localized distortion in gravitational fields. If my calculations are correct, it should disrupt the aliens' propulsion systems temporarily, maybe even their weapons.
And if your calculations are incorrect, Dr. Foster asked,
then we're no worse off than we are now. Sam replied simply. Look, I need to concentrate on this installation. The calibration is delicate work, especially in an EVA suit. Reyes out. The communication cut off.
Commander Reyes looked at Maya.
My brother's brilliant, Captain, but he's also reckless. Whatever he's built out there could be as dangerous to us as to the aliens.
Do we have any other options? Maya asked the room at large.
No one answered. Then we support his efforts. Lieutenant Patel, track his position and be ready to provide whatever assistance he requests. Commander Reyes, continue trying to communicate with him. I want to know the moment that device is operational. Yes, Captain.
Maya turned back to the tactical display. The alien fleet had continued to deploy, now forming a complete hemisphere around Hope's beacon's orbital position.
1 hour, 12 minutes until they enter weapons range, Patel reported.
Maya nodded grimly. All hands to battle stations? This is not a drill.
The next hour passed in a blur of preparation. Shield generators hummed at maximum capacity. Weapon systems were primed, and evacuation routes established for non-essential personnel. Through it all, Sam Reyes remained outside, working feverishly on his mysterious device while evading all attempts to bring him back inside. 30 seconds to weapons range, Patel announced, his voice tight.
Maya stood in the center of the command deck, outwardly calm despite the knot of tension in her stomach.
All sections report status. Engineering ready, shields at maximum. Medical standing by for casualties. Security teams in position. Evacuation shuttles prepped and on standby. Maya nodded. Nova. Continue broadcasting peaceful intentions on all frequencies. Broadcasting, Captain. The alien fleet had slowed its approach. The vessels now hanging in space, less than 10,000 kilometers from Hope's beacon. Close enough to strike, but just maintaining position. Why aren't they attacking? Dr. Foster murmured.
Maybe they're trying to decide if we're worth the trouble,
Maya suggested.
As if in answer to her question, the tactical display suddenly blazed with new energy signatures.
Energy spike from multiple vessels, Patel shouted. They're powering weapons. Brace for impact, Maya ordered. The first volley from the alien fleet struck Hope's beacon, like a hammer blow. The station shuddered violently, lights flickering as power fluctuated. Maya grabbed a console to steady herself as alarms blared throughout the command center. Damage report, she called out, once the initial shock had passed. Shields holding at 72%, Patel reported. Minor hull breaches in sections 14 and 23. Automated systems sealing now. Casualties? Reports coming in. 12 injured, none critical. Maya's relief was short-lived as the tactical display lit up again.
Second volley incoming!
This time, the impact was even more severe. Equipment sparked and failed around the command center as the station groaned under the assault.
Shields at 41% and falling,
Patel reported grimly.
We can't take much more of this.
Return fire, Maya ordered. Target the smaller vessels first. Hope's beacon's defensive weapons, designed more for asteroid deflection than warfare, opened up, sending lances of energy toward the alien fleet. A few shots connected, but seemed to do little damage against the iridescent black hulls. Minimal effect, Patel confirmed. Their shields are absorbing most of our energy weapons. Keep firing, Maya insisted. We need to show them we can defend ourselves. Captain, Nova interrupted. Engineer Reyes is requesting an open channel.
Put him through!
Sam's voice came over the comm, strained, but determined. Captain, the graviton device is almost ready. I need you to divert power from the starboard shield generators to the sensor array.
What?
Patel protested.
That would leave that entire section vulnerable.
We're already vulnerable, Sam countered. Trust me on this. The graviton pulse needs a massive energy surge to initiate. Maya hesitated only briefly. Do it, Lieutenant.
Captain.
That's an order. Patel reluctantly adjusted the power distribution. Starboard shields down to 12%. Power diverted to the sensor array. Sam, Commander Reyes cut in. What's the blast radius on this thing? Will you be safe? There was a pause before Sam answered. Don't worry about me, brother. Just be ready to pick up the pieces if this works.
Sam, initiating graviton pulse in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark.
For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, a strange ripple appeared to distort the space around Hope's beacon, like heat waves rising from sun-baked asphalt. The effect spread outward, invisible except where it intersected with matter or energy. On the tactical display, the effect was immediate and dramatic. The nearest alien vessels began to drift, their precise formation breaking down as their propulsion systems faltered. Several smaller craft collided with each other, spinning away from the main fleet.
It's working!
Dr. Foster exclaimed. The graviton pulse continued to expand, reaching the larger vessels of the alien fleet. Their weapons fire ceased abruptly as they, too, began to drift unpredictably.
Status of the alien fleet?
Maya demanded. Propulsion systems appear to be offline for most vessels, Patel reported, unable to keep the surprise from his voice. Weapon systems also affected. They're helpless, Captain. Hope surged through the command center as the crew realized they had been granted a reprieve, however temporary.
Sam, you magnificent bastard,
Commander Reyes whispered. Engineer Reyes, report, Maya ordered over the comm. There was no response. Sam? Commander Reyes tried. Sam, come in! Nova spoke up. EVIA suite telemetry indicates Engineer Reyes is alive, but his oxygen levels are dropping rapidly. His suit may have been damaged. Get a rescue team out there now, Maya ordered. As Commander Reyes rushed to organize the rescue, Maya turned her attention back to the tactical situation. The alien fleet was still in disarray, but several of the larger vessels, including the mothership, appeared to be regaining control. The effect is temporary, Dr. Foster observed. The larger ships are adapting.
How long until they recover completely? Maya asked.
At current rate, 15 minutes, maybe 20. Not long enough to evacuate the station, but perhaps long enough to change the terms of engagement. Lieutenant Patel, prepare a targeted EMP burst at the mothership. Let's see if we can keep them off balance a little longer.
Aye, Captain.
As Patel worked, Maya opened a channel to the rescue team. Status on Engineer Reyes. We've located him, Captain, came the response. He's unconscious but alive. Bringing him in now. Get him to medical immediately. There's something else, Captain. The device he built, it's still active, still drawing power from the station, and it's changing. Maya frowned.
Changing how?
The configuration is shifting, like it's evolving. We're not sure if it's safe to disconnect it. Maya looked to Dr. Foster.
What do you make of that?
The xenobiologist shook his head. Without seeing it, I couldn't say. But if it's adapting on its own...
It could be interacting with alien technology,
Maya finished.
or responding to the gravitational distortions it created.
Before they could discuss further, Lieutenant Patel called out, "Captain, the mothership is moving again. It's changing position and powering up some kind of massive energy weapon." The tactical display showed the enormous vessel reorienting itself, a menacing glow building at what appeared to be its bow.
Target?
Maya demanded. "Not us," Patel replied, sounding confused.
They're aiming at Mars itself.
A chill ran through Maya. The Martian colonies housed over 10,000 civilians. If that weapon was as powerful as the energy reading suggested.
We need to stop them,
she said firmly.
Options.
Our weapons barely scratch their smaller vessels, Patel reminded her. Against the mothership, they'd be useless. The graviton device, Dr. Foster suggested. If we could modify it somehow, increase its power.
The rescue team said it's already changing,
Maya noted.
Nova, can you analyze the modifications to the graviton device from our sensor data?
Working, Captain, the AI responded. After a moment, Nova continued. The device appears to be reconfiguring to generate a concentrated gravitational field, rather than a disruptive pulse. The effect would be similar to a localized black hole, though on a much smaller scale.
A black hole?
Commander Reyes had returned to the command center.
That's insane. The power requirements alone would tear our station apart.
Not necessarily, Nova countered. The device is drawing power in a highly efficient manner. Current calculations suggest it could generate a gravitational singularity approximately 2 meters in diameter, with an effective range of several kilometers.
Could it affect the mothership? Maya asked.
Affirmative, Captain.
But the device would need to be much closer to the target for maximum effectiveness.
Maya considered their options. The mothership's weapon continued to power up, the glow now visible even to the naked eye through the command center's viewports.
We could use one of our shuttles,
she suggested. Load the device aboard and pilot it close enough to the mothership. The shuttle would be destroyed in the gravitational field, Nova pointed out. Then we use remote control, or a timed detonation. The alien defenses would detect and neutralize an unmanned vessel, Patel argued. They're recovering quickly from the initial pulse. Maya fell silent, weighing impossible choices against the lives of thousands of Martian colonists. Commander Reyes broke the silence. "I'll take it." All eyes turned to him.
"Marcos, no,"
Maya said firmly.
"It has to be piloted manually to evade their defenses," he insisted. "And it's my brother's creation. I understand his work better than anyone else here. I can't order you to do this."
"You're not ordering me, Captain. I'm volunteering." Before Maya could respond, a new voice joined the conversation. "Nobody's going on a suicide mission today." They turned to see Sam Reyes standing in the doorway of the command center, supported by a medical officer. His face was pale, a nasty gash across his forehead, but his eyes were clear and determined.
"Sam!"
Commander Reyes rushed to his brother's side.
"You should be in medical."
"No time." Sam dismissed the concern with a wave. "The device isn't designed to be moved. It's integrated with the station's power grid now. But we can still use it." "How?" Maya asked. Sam limped forward, pulling up schematics on a nearby console. "The graviton field can be directed, like a lens focusing light. If we realign the station's deflector array, we can project the effect toward the mothership. That would put enormous strain on our structural integrity," Nova warned. "Better than watching Mars get vaporized," Sam countered. "Look, I designed this thing as a defensive measure, not a weapon. But right now, it's all we've got." Maya studied the schematics, then looked up at the tactical display where the mothership's weapon continued to charge.
How long until they fire? She asked Patel. Energy readings are nearing critical levels. 5 minutes, maybe less. And how long to reconfigure the deflector array? Sam considered. 3 minutes if everything goes perfectly. That's cutting it very close. It's our only shot, Captain, Sam insisted. Maya made her decision. Do it. Commander Reyes, assist your brother. Lieutenant Patel, coordinate with engineering to reinforce structural integrity fields around the deflector array. Dr. Foster, evacuate all personnel from the sections closest to the graviton device. I want minimal casualties if this goes wrong. As her crew hurried to comply, Maya opened a channel to the entire station. All hands, this is the captain. Brace for possible severe structural damage. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. The next 3 minutes were a frenzy of activity as Sam and Commander Reyes worked to reconfigure the deflector array. Their hands flying over controls with practiced precision, despite the urgency of the situation. Mothership's weapon is reaching discharge levels, Patel warned. 2 minutes to firing! Almost there, Sam called back, not looking up from his work. Marcos, reroute power from life support to the deflector grid. We'll only need it for a few seconds. That'll leave us on emergency oxygen, his brother protested. Better than no oxygen at all if that thing hits Mars. Do it. Commander Reyes complied, and the lights throughout the command center dimmed as power was diverted. 1 minute to weapon discharge, Patel announced. Deflector reconfiguration at 87%. Nova reported. Not enough, Sam muttered. We need at least 95% for proper field coherence. Maya moved to his side. What can we do? Sam's fingers continued to dance across the controls. The calibration sequence is running as fast as possible. We just need a few more seconds. We don't have a few more seconds, Patel warned. 30 seconds to discharge. The command center fell silent, except for the urgent beeping of consoles and the sound of Sam's rapid typing. Maya watched the tactical display as the mothership's weapon reached full power. A blindingly bright point of energy aimed directly at the red planet below them. Deflector reconfiguration complete, Nova announced suddenly. Activating graviton field now, Sam called out, slamming his hand down on a final control. The station shuddered violently as the graviton device powered up to full capacity, channeling its effect through the reconfigured deflector array. On the tactical display, a concentrated beam of gravitational distortion shot out from Hope's beacon toward the alien mothership. At first, nothing seemed to happen. Then, slowly, the massive vessel began to shift position, drawn inexorably toward Mars by the artificial gravitational field. It's working, Dr. Foster exclaimed. We're pulling them out of position. But the alien weapon had already begun its discharge sequence. As the mothership was dragged off target, the energy beam fired, missing Mars entirely, but cutting a swath through space that clipped several of the smaller alien vessels. Their own weapon just took out 3 of their ships, Patel reported incredulously. The graviton beam continued to pull at the mothership, which was now visibly struggling against the force. Its propulsion systems flared with desperate energy, but the gravitational field was too strong to resist. They're being pulled into Mars' upper atmosphere, Nova reported. At current trajectory, they will impact in approximately 2 minutes. What about the rest of the fleet? Maya asked. They appear to be in disarray, Patel answered. Some are attempting to assist the mothership. Others are retreating. Sam sagged against his console, exhaustion evident in every line of his body. The graviton field can't be maintained much longer. The power drain is too severe. It doesn't need to be, Maya realized. They're caught in Mars gravity well now. Even if we stop, they can't escape their trajectory. Captain, Nova interrupted. I'm detecting communication attempts from the alien fleet. Multiple frequencies. Complex patterns. They're trying to talk to us, now? Commander Reyes asked incredulously. Fear is a universal translator, Dr. Foster observed quietly.
They've realized we're not as helpless as they thought. Maya straightened her shoulders. Nova, attempt to establish a response pattern. Basic mathematical sequences first, then progress to more complex symbolic communication. Working, Captain. On the tactical display, they watched as the mothership plummeted toward Mars, its massive hull beginning to glow from atmospheric friction. Several of the smaller vessels had moved to follow it, perhaps attempting some kind of rescue, while others maintained a safe distance. "Shall I continue graviton projection, Captain?" Sam asked weakly. Maya considered, then shook her head. "No, power down the device. We've made our point." As the graviton field dissipated, the strain on Hope's beacon systems eased. Lights returned to normal brightness, and the structural integrity warnings ceased their urgent beeping. "The mothership has impacted Mars's surface," Nova reported dispassionately. "Coordinates indicate Acidalia Planitia region, approximately 2,000 kilometers from the nearest colonial settlement." A cheer went up from the command crew, quickly stifled as Maya raised her hand. "This isn't over," she reminded them. "There are still dozens of alien vessels out there, and now they have reason to want revenge." "Captain," Nova interrupted again, "I'm receiving a coherent response to our communication attempts. The pattern suggests understanding of basic numerical concepts and a willingness to establish dialogue." "Put it on screen," Maya ordered. The main view screen filled with a complex series of mathematical symbols and geometric patterns, pulsing with an inner light that seemed to convey emotion as much as information. Dr. Foster leaned forward, fascinated. "It's beautiful, complex beyond anything I've seen before. But there's a logic to it." "Can you interpret it?" Maya asked. "Not fully. Not yet. But the repeating patterns here and here," he pointed to sections of the display, "suggest an acknowledgement of our existence and, perhaps, a cessation of hostilities. It's too soon to be certain." "Captain," Patel reported, "the remaining alien vessels are regrouping, but they're maintaining distance. No weapon signatures detected." Maya nodded slowly. "It seems we've earned their respect, at least temporarily." She turned to Sam, who was being supported by his brother. "And we have you to thank for that, Engineer Reyes." Sam managed a tired smile. "Just doing my job, Captain. Though I admit, the graviton device performed better than I expected." "You should get to medical now," Maya insisted. "That's an order." "Yes, ma'am," Sam agreed, allowing his brother to help him toward the door. He paused, looking back. "Captain, what happens now?" Maya turned to look at the view screen, where the alien communication continued to pulse and shift in patterns of light. "Now, we do what humans have always done best. Sam, we adapt, we learn, and maybe, just maybe, we forge a new understanding with a species we never imagined existed." "Sounds like a worthy mission," Sam said with a nod. "The worthiest," Maya agreed. "Now, go get patched up. I have a feeling we're going to need that brilliant mind of yours in the days ahead." As the Reyes brothers left the command center, Maya turned to Dr. Foster. "Doctor, assemble a communication team. I want our best linguists, mathematicians, and xenobiologists working on this. If they're willing to talk, we need to be ready to listen." "Yes, Captain." "Lieutenant Patel, maintain defensive readiness, but stand down from active targeting. Let's not provoke them, while diplomacy has a chance." "Understood, Captain." Maya moved to the center of the command deck, her gaze fixed on the swirling patterns of alien communication. They had survived the initial encounter, but the real challenge, understanding a truly alien intelligence, was just beginning. "Nova," she said quietly, "prepare a message to Earth Command. Inform them that we have made first contact with an extraterrestrial species. Tell them the initial hostile encounter has been resolved, and we are establishing communication protocols." "What about their orders to evacuate and destroy the station?" the AI asked. Maya smiled grimly. Tell them that the situation has changed, and we will be remaining at Hope's Beacon to pursue this historic opportunity for interspecies dialogue. If they have objections, they're welcome to come discuss them in person. Message prepared, Captain. Shall I transmit? Maya looked around at her command crew, tired, stressed, but alive and ready to face whatever came next. Transmit, Nova, and then open a channel to the Martian colonies. They should know what happened here today, and what's coming tomorrow. As Nova acknowledged the order, Maya turned her attention back to the view screen. The alien communication patterns had changed, becoming more complex but also more regular, as if adapting to human comprehension limitations. They were learning already, and so would humanity. 3 days later, Maya stood in the observation dome once more, watching as a small shuttle approached Hope's Beacon. This one, however, did not come from Mars or Earth, but from one of the alien vessels that had remained in orbit after the battle. Dr. Foster stood beside her, nervous energy evident in his restless movements. Are you sure about this, Captain? Direct face-to-face contact so soon? We've established basic communication protocols, Maya reminded him, and they requested this meeting. Refusing would send the wrong message. I understand that, but security has been addressed, Maya finished firmly. The meeting will take place in the isolated diplomatic module. Lieutenant Patel has full security teams on standby, and the shuttle is being thoroughly scanned for weapons or other threats. Foster nodded reluctantly. I just hope we're ready for this. We're as ready as we'll ever be, Maya replied. And Sam's graviton device gives us a certain insurance policy. The mention of Sam brought a smile to Foster's face. How is our resident genius doing? Recovering well, according to medical, and already working on refinements to his invention. He claims he can modify it to serve as a propulsion system as well as a defensive measure. Impressive, Foster admitted. If he succeeds, it could revolutionize space travel. One breakthrough at a time, Doctor, Maya cautioned. For now, let's focus on not restarting the war we just managed to stop. Nova's voice interrupted their conversation. Captain Rodriguez, the alien shuttle has docked successfully. Atmospheric compatibility confirmed. Our guests are ready to board. Maya took a deep breath. Very well, Dr. Foster, shall we go make history? Together. They walked through the curved corridors of Hope's Beacon, toward the diplomatic module. Crew members they passed nodded respectfully or offered encouraging smiles. News of the impending first official contact had spread throughout the station, along with the story of how one resourceful engineer had saved them all. The diplomatic module was a circular chamber with a transparent dome ceiling that offered a spectacular view of space. A round table occupied the center, with chairs arranged on one side for the human delegation. The other side remained open, as they had no idea what seating arrangements, if any, their visitors might require. Maya and Dr. Foster took their positions, along with Lieutenant Patel, Commander Reyes, and to Maya's surprise, Sam Reyes himself, who had insisted on being present despite his injuries. You should be resting, Maya told him as he eased himself carefully into a chair. Sam grinned. And missed the chance to meet the aliens who tried to kill us. Not a chance, Captain. Before Maya could respond, the module's entrance cycled open. A moment of tense silence followed. Then 3 figures entered. They were not at all what Maya had expected. Rather than the tentacled horrors of old science fiction films, or the insectoid nightmares many had imagined, the aliens were almost elegant. Tall, slender beings with iridescent skin that shifted colors like oil on water. They had 4 limbs, similar to humans, but their joints bent in unusual ways. Their heads were elongated, with no visible eyes but a series of what appeared to be sensory ridges where eyes might have been. They moved with fluid grace, seeming almost to float rather than walk. Welcome to Hope's Beacon, Maya said, rising to her feet. The translation devices they had prepared would convert her words into the mathematical patterns they had established as a communication baseline. The central alien figure inclined its head slightly, then made a series of complex gestures with its upper limbs. The translation device processed this, then produced a stilted but understandable response. Gratitude for welcome, regret for previous hostile action, misunderstanding of intentions. Dr. Foster leaned forward eagerly. You believed we were a threat. Another series of gestures. Another translation. Your energy signatures match those who destroyed our outpost in the system you call Jupiter. We believed preemptive action necessary. Maya and Dr. Foster exchanged glances. There must be another species out there, Foster murmured. One with similar technology to ours. Or someone is deliberately trying to pit us against each other, Maya suggested quietly, before addressing the aliens again. We had no presence in the Jupiter system capable of destroying an outpost. We are peaceful explorers and scientists. The alien delegation conferred among themselves, their skin colors shifting rapidly in what might have been their equivalent of an animated conversation. Finally, the central figure gestured again. Evidence suggests truth in your words. Your defensive capability impressive, but not matching destroyer signatures. We propose alliance investigation. Alliance? Lieutenant Patel repeated skeptically. They want to work with us to find out who's really responsible, Sam clarified, leaning forward despite his obvious discomfort. It makes sense. They lost ships and their mothership. We nearly lost our station. We both have reason to want answers. The lead alien's skin rippled in a pattern that the translation device interpreted as agreement. The one who created the gravity weapon understands. Mutual benefit and cooperation. Shared knowledge. Shared defense. Maya considered the proposal carefully. An alliance with an advanced alien species could propel humanity forward by centuries. But there were risks as well. Cultural misunderstandings, technological disparities, and the unknown third party that had apparently tried to trigger this conflict. Before we can discuss an alliance, she said finally, we need to establish trust. We need to understand each other better. Our ways, our values, our histories. The alien delegation conferred again. Then, the leader made a single, graceful gesture that needed no translation. It extended one limb across the table, the appendage at its end opening like a flower to reveal a small, glowing crystal. A gift, the translation device interpreted. Knowledge of our people. First step toward understanding. Dr. Foster's scientific curiosity was palpable as he studied the crystal without touching it. Some kind of data storage device? The alien confirmed this with another gesture. Compatible with your technology. Contains history, basic science, cultural overview, no weapons, no threat. Maya nodded slowly. We accept your gift and offer one in return. She nodded to Sam, who produced a small data crystal of his own. This contains similar information about humanity, Maya explained. Our history, sciences, and cultural achievements. It also includes all our records regarding the Jupiter system, which may help in your investigation. The alien accepted the crystal with what appeared to be reverence, its skin shifting to a deep, rich blue that somehow conveyed gratitude. First exchange of many, the translation rendered. Beginning of new understanding between Savarchi and humans. Savarchi? Dr. Foster repeated. Is that what you call yourselves? The alien skin rippled in what might have been amusement. Closest translation. True name beyond your vocalization capability. Well, Savarchi, Maya said, smiling for the first time since the alien fleet had appeared. Welcome to the solar system. I think this could be the beginning of a remarkable friendship. As the diplomatic meeting continued, Maya glanced out through the transparent dome at the stars beyond. Somewhere out there was a third party who had nearly succeeded in turning two intelligent species against each other. A dangerous enemy, perhaps, but one they would now face together rather than alone. A single human had turned the tide of battle. Now, perhaps, a single alliance would turn the tide of history. Hope's Beacon lived up to its name after all.